and I'm thinking, what should I do? So I'm carrying on in the today is St. David's Day, and I'm gonna do one about my husband being a monarchist and what happened to him and how Queen Camilla and King is involved. And I don't know. I need to find this. Is this in I need to find something. I don't know if I'll be able to copy it. So I'm going to open. One hour ago, updated evidence for International Book Show. I don't want that. Promoted by Mervelee Myers. All right, so I'm going to see if I can copy this to put in this because I need to have something in there. I should have sent. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's there, so I can always get it. So I'm going to edit this. The pain I'm feeling. I shouldn't be in this situation. The right I write, as I said. What did I say I'm going to do? Okay. Okay, so I'm going to use this. So today, this one is about, I'm going to do this one about my husband and the roles of Queen Camilla and Prince Charles and King Charles. And I'm going to try and keep them within the same thing. It's a survival thingy I'm doing. So this is the story of, this is my story of my husband, Arnold Ebenezer Tomlinson, coming up to his date of birth, which falls on International Women's Day. I'm not even going to take those things to clutter up. I'm just going to talk using this because there are other things. There are things online. I paid to do things, documentary. They're online. I don't know what if YouTube has seen them anyway. So this is the story of my husband and I, Arnold Ebenezer Tomlinson. That might shock the world or it might not shock the world. So I'm going to try and go give you a roundup of our life together. So we were introduced by Mrs. Ethel Clegon. Mrs. Ethel Clegon, since deceased, lived in Wilson Road. We used to do early morning cleaning because from I came here for holidays the first time, until I'm feeling a pain, I got an early morning cleaning job. And I used to work part-time. As I say, people use me. I work and I don't get the money. But I got enough, whatever. So immediately I came back, I started working at the same early morning cleaning job, and I didn't give it up. So that's where I meet Mrs. Clegon. So during the time, I'm a talker. I'm not a physical person. I talk. Sometimes you'll get tired. I should find my Vaseline and I see it. Sometimes maybe I talk too much, but for me, talking is therapy. So telling Mrs. Clegon about my situation with my first husband. So she was gonna introduce me to somebody she knew after I was on my own. Because I never give up my cleaning till years later. And I thought I can manage now. So I was doing my full-time nursing job and going to my cleaning job. That's how resilient I am. So Mrs. Clegan had the intention to introduce me to somebody that she knew. But then the person decided to go back to Jamaica. So that's how I ended up being introduced to my Mr. Tomlinson. They were neighbors. So I read the thing. I'm gonna put them out there so when I'm doing my thing, I can put them in like other people. Mrs. Clegan invited me to her house so that I could meet and that was in the summer of 2021. I went there and then that's how we basically got together. I guess we just clicked. Tom didn't look like his age or acted like his age, even up to near to it. Tom could do everything faster than me, quicker than me, intellectually, even to the end, everything. So we became an item from the first introduction. But there was a time I found the letter the other day and I read it. Yeah, and I have it. So Tom came, and because of my experience with my first husband, I've never lived with anybody before. I was a home girl. I stayed at home. Yes, I used to do domestic work, so I'd live at people's house and do the work. That's how I could stay at the Buchanan and see Pernell Charles with his white hair up on top of the hill. And I was an activist. Yeah, first time I'd have people supporting me now. So I was a foot soldier for the Jamaica Labour Party. When my husband came here, I wasn't going. So my husband had his place in Camberwell, 19 Wilson Road. And even now, people are berating me and said, Mervelee, you should have gone. But maybe I would be in a worse situation if I had gone than what I'm in now. So when my husband came in, he's that type of a person. So I was working or going through whatever. So he just came in. He made friends with Tess because when I came here first, I'm talking about my husband. I'll tell another about my husband. When he came here, he just took over. So trying to not to cloud the issues. So of course, Tess and I were friends. My husband and I became, and Tess became friends. My husband and number 12 became friends. My husband was generally known in this community. I decided I wasn't leaving. I needed to be here. So he joined me here. But one thing he says to me, don't put my name on anything. I don't live here. I guess he know the rules and the laws. My husband advised me when I get started working at King's. He said join the union. So I joined Unison. And my husband would painter and decorator. We didn't call on housing for women for anything rather than what the necessary that we couldn't do. My husband would renovate. So that's why we didn't have the problems. If even it was there, we didn't have the problem with the mold and the damp because my husband was always at it. So my husband came and, as I said, it wasn't working. So he'd stay here. All I did was I do the cooking on weekends. I come home from work and my dinner was ready. And when he came here the first time, before he came here, after we first meet, I was going on outing and he gave me the money. I don't know where the relationship break down because of what I experienced. I read the letter the other day and then that's when I understand. I said, I read it on there and then I said, you know what? So I'm lucky. But in a sense, I'm lucky and I'm not lucky. Because if I didn't marry my husband, I would have been gone. I found somewhere in the book where I said I needed to be out of this country before my 68th, realizing the build-up of what was happening to me because I was 55, coming up 56 when my mother died, and then what happened then. So I guess I noticed the build-up because everything is fulfilling prophecy. So some of the things I have here, like that, and other things, it's my husband bought it. Either he bought new or whatever. And some of the things I have here is his friend Jerry McGill. I always go to Jamaica, I bring back Jerry a bottle of rum. Jerry's wife has died. He was at Tom's funeral. I try to reach out, but I don't think when people reach certain age, they don't want to know. Hoping he would join me in helping to say who I am, but I'm not getting it. I remember Tom planted, he does the gardening, he was doing it for Tess as well. And even Debbie told me that he wanted to come and do gardening because he needs to keep up his vibe. So what I didn't know about gardening, my husband taught me. And this place, even on here, used to be flowers on the windowsill. I have the pictures because all I have is pictures. All the plants have died. Everything has died. I repeat, my neighbor wasn't a bad person. From we came, the doorbell and everything just warned me, but I can live with anything. I can live with anything because I experienced all this from home with my brothers and whatever. People don't understand me. But in the end, I remember one of the things, how sensitive my whatever. When I first got in with Tom, he used to give me money to. He started taking care of his sister. I know that. He started taking care of his brother. That's Jamaica. He had a brother in the home, Langford. It was me and him. And when it was me and him, it was him and Marva. And I remember when I meet Langford for the first time, and he said to me, "Oh, you're fat." So I'm telling you, I had weight on them. But it was a joy when me and Tom go to the home over in Hackney, back that side. Because his brother suffered with mental health problems, but he was in it. I remember those days we get there, my husband would buy, we weren't married then, buy stuff and we go there, we spend time with Langford. I have his Bible here. Another woman was involved and Tom was very upset. There's a letter here somewhere, I don't know. because Tom reckoned the woman was only you taking the money and not doing what she was supposed to do. So Tom would buy stuff, we would go, and it was like the joy of his brother coming. He was the older one, and he would be singing and dancing. And you come. Those are the little things. I wasn't so versatile on cameras and stuff, else I would have those. All I don't even think when Langford died, I had the camera knowledge to take pictures at the funeral. I don't think so. I know I have some from for Egbert. And I remember when I just put in something to do with the phone changes or whatever. So when when Langford died, it was a few days after I died we actually knew because the message was left on the phone. But I wasn't so familiar with the system and people. What is gonna cause me stress or whatever anything, I actually try and leave it out to minimize whatever. I think I have the death certificate. I have some things there. I have the death certificate here. If not for Egbert, but for Langford, I have things. I'm sentimental like that. Because I was telling Peter Gay about the picture, the grandmother's picture, whoever wants it. I took it home. Yeah. And I'm like trying to tell you, I have 1,228 others like this reel. There's another one, but this one is about YouTube. No, this one is about Facebook. The other one, Twitter. People, my husband was such a personality. Yeah, he buried Langford, and I remember he was skeptical of the woman who was. He said the woman was just spending the money. And then Egbert, I remember. I didn't know Egbert like I knew Langford. I can't remember if I ever even had gone to Egbert's home. I never went to Egbert's home. And even when he was in the hospital, I didn't visit him. I was working, so Tom would do the visiting. And I remember Tom would go to the hospital and bring whatever clothes that could be rescued to wash. And what he said that messed up, he dumped them. He right here in my house. But as I said, I can't remember going visiting Tom Egbert either in the hospital or at his home where he lived in Battersea back that side. But when he died, Tom was responsible. Tom didn't have to bury Egbert. Egbert left his money for his brother to look about the funeral. And yes, there were others involved. And I remember the day at the funeral, I had to calm Tom down because he was going to curse somebody. That's the temperament of my husband. I took all these pictures because it was Tom who bought me a camera. Even for college, so I am that type of a person. I guess I bought it from home because I used to pay money for people to take like back to school and stuff. And then my brother, who was an avid photographer and whatever, he went to America and learned the skill and came back with the equipment. And that's why I was talking to my son's auntie the other day, and I said, my son is worthless. Even that he should have had it, that skill that my brother was teaching them. Nobody teach me anything. I teach myself. So these are some of the pictures I put together from whatever because I was trying to make an album of sorts to say my husband's story. But each time I get knocked back, I sit in here and I do these sort of things. So what you see here, that's Miss Girlie. And that's what the mama husband. And to know that Miss Girlie can do what she's done to me at the funeral and at the party. Yeah. So this is Egbert's funeral. I don't think I had taken picture at Langford. And this is Heidi getting married. And to know they can all do that, they done to me. Yeah. So I put these together because I was hoping from my picture. So I just take pictures, go to the Photoshop, get them clean, issue them out to Jamaica. Yeah. So there you are. Yeah, I still have my clothes. So I think this is what I wear to hide this wedding. Yeah, and that's Michael. And now how my husband's family is treating me. It's hard to come to terms with. Yeah, so that's Heidi's and Victor's wedding. I took these. I wasn't much of I did if I knew what I know now, yeah, that's it. I have these and I was thinking about them. And that's this. And I'm worried that my husband might not even get a headstone because I have no money left. And I know if I go home and it's not done, it's not going to be done. But I hope I can recover some money from what they're owing to me. And I can look about his headstone before I go because I owe him that much. So I've been, yeah, I don't know if I saw that. So I sit in here and I was independent, everything, but slowly I realized that I'm not going out. I'm not allowed to open my window. If I go in my back garden, now I'm getting attacked. Debbie will come and start taking photograph of me or shouting or doing whatever. The man does the same. And now Colin next door is starting because I saw him at the window. So I thought he was just looking because so I waved. And then that's when he said I'm crazy. So now I'm hearing it from him that I'm crazy. And then they'll call. Or if I call for support when they're doing me anything, they turn it around against me. And then they make sure they disturb me. And when I speak from inside here, I don't go out there. I don't open my door. I speak from in here. And police is gonna come and tell me if they have to come back or they find evidence. It's not gonna be the same outcome. And those are online and nobody's doing anything. Yeah, that's how sentimental I am. So this is what I found in whatever. So it was Annie. And I said, Jerry, talk about Jerry. I used to go to Jamaica and bring whatever. but people are getting older, county Cork. Yeah? So this is for whatever. Greetings to you both from Ireland. The Guinness is still good. Yeah? Mr. Tommy Tomlinson. So see, Mr. Tommy Tomlinson, 16 Alma Grove. Because some of the things that my husband bought here, it was Jerry who bought them. Yeah? So here I'm there. Ring of Kerry. Yeah? So you see now. Times have changed, and so I try to reach out, but I don't think. Yeah? Yeah? And this is from Rose, a neighbor. So those are the little things. Yeah? That I treasure. Dear Tom, Thursday the 14th. Dear Tom, so you know the community where I don't know Rose, where he's coming from. Because he came here and to know that whatever happened to him. Dear Tom, thank you for telling me that Mary's phone number is still the same. I have had a word with her and asked for her address. Today I received the address from her, a little message from her to you with her address. Love, Rose. Yeah. Dear Tom. Yeah. So this one is at look like 26 whatever. Wilson Road. So that person is at Wilson Road. Dear Tom, I have been knocking, but guess you are at your other place. Yeah. So you see how people at your other place. Sad news. That's how they live, and that's how we live. And to realize that even during the time my husband is in the hospital, the way I was treated by the courts, were they aware? I don't know. Sad news. Myra has lost Bill. The funeral is Thursday, 19th April. Neighbors had a collection for flowers, and I took it upon myself to put your name down. I do hope this will meet with your approval. All the best, Rose. Excuse handwriting. And to know that my husband came here to be with me. And the last, how many years after we got married, we never celebrated. It's just downhill. And I know my husband would have lived maybe a few months longer. But then after I was served with possession notice and having to go to court and the police and all that, and that took a toll on him. He couldn't manage anymore. And I have the videos and the records there, and nobody. Yeah, that's my house. You see how long I have my curtains? That's my house. That's the blue chair there. Yeah, so that's was the old whatever. So I've still got the same old table. That's my house. So this must have been Egbert's funeral, because I don't remember much about Langford's funeral. And now I'm this evil person that during the time my brother is dying when he's in hospital on his 60th birthday, and me having the first high blood pressure and being served with possession letter. And all I did was call the number on the letter and said, do you know what you're doing? And this is resulting in that. Yeah. So this was the sofa. And I had a little bed in here. I got the bed from wherever. The cooker came from there. And see my husband, avid gardener, and what he bought here. Yeah, the smile on his face. And for my husband to die without dignity in King's College Hospital, Byron Road. See, That's the wedding. I took these, I took those, I took that. Because I became an avid whatever. And now people are using my thingy and making money. And now I'm hearing Garfield saying, I can't use his image. So that's Ricardo. Tom gave Ricardo money to sort out. Yeah? And then when Ricardo mother meet, it's like Ricardo mother was calling me, telling me I must send her money to pay rent, this, that. So they all have this thingy. That's why I cut off whatever with them. Yeah? So I don't know which of the funeral, but I'm almost certain it's Dudley's. No, not Egbert, because I can't remember much about Langford. So I doubt whether I whatever. I took all these. And instead of me developing now, I am hearing that I must take off this and for why? Yeah. I remember I came home from work and Tom was like in tears because his nephew, because he told me the story about Dudley's father, his brother dying young, Victor, and his father, because Tom don't have any natural children. Tom is Dudley's child. No, Trevor is Dudley's child. So he made sure he adopt him so he didn't suffer. He told me the story about Dudley. So Dudley was the first one who came here. Tom sent for his nephew first because his father John told him that he should take Dudley when his brother died. And to know that the relationship I had with Tom's family, and from here to Jamaica. But I should have known from the time there is nothing on this program to represent me and Tom. Nothing. There's nothing on here to represent me and Tom or even Tom alone. Yeah? And you see the reception at the funeral. So this is, I don't know where the bit is. Yeah? So I wrote to the surgery. There's another one somewhere, but this is how I do things. I don't leave things to fester when I can't manage. But when I try to be proactive or whatever, I'm seen as this person who mustn't get any rights. Yeah? So I said, making written request for Mr. Tomlinson's wife data to be added to his file. That's how I go about things. I don't do things to try to cause trouble, but then because I handle things the way I handle it, I get whatever. But see now what Lloyd's Bank done, and now they offering me £100. So you didn't do anything wrong. And I just said, you know what, just leave it. I don't even know if I'm cashing the £100. I might use it for, I don't know. 9th of February 2020. To whom it may concern. DMC Healthcare, Chadwick Road. Making written request for Mr. Tomlinson's wife data to be added to his file. Reason? Trevor bought something here. The police had gone to Tom's place to force entry because the surgery had told them that he was supposed to come for an appointment and he didn't turn up. So they went and forced entry to make sure that he was safe. That's different from ambulance, the way ambulance and police is coming here. Who made referral for me? Who whatever. We all know. I know you want to make out that I'm mad soon after my husband is dead. So what? I didn't have psychosis and bipolar and whatever else. Schizophrenia when I was doing this. So it was after Tom's death now. I have these. I have what you're saying. And whatever I've done, it's out there. Did I develop all these things after Tom's death? Date of birth. People are out there trying to get my thing, so I won't say it. I'll just tell you what's there. What I put in the letter. Request. I, Mervelee Myers, wife of Arnold Ebenezer Tomlinson, is requesting that my relevant data is added to his file to avoid any further incidents re-safeguarding to occur. Yeah? And now as soon as my husband is dead, you're going to ambulance people out there whole time. Police come. This come, that come. Eh? So when I was doing this, who was doing it? I am therefore asking for the following data to be added to his file. Date to be added, address as above. Contact details, telephones. So I have my home and my mobile. And this home and mobile now is being used. People start back again. And I know it's Mimi Owusu. She calls and my house number is showing on the phone. She's calling. When I had this, I started with AOL. And then I changed to BT Internet. I still have both. And I have other emails. Arnold Ebenezer Tomlinson consent. I, Arnold Ebenezer Tomlinson, who teach me to do these things, whose data is in my file, give my consent for my wife's relevant data to be added to my records. My wife was introduced to my GP when she accompanied me for my diabetes check. She subsequently returned the ECG results to the surgery. Patient name, Arnold Ebenezer Tomlinson, signature, wife signature, prepared by Mervelee Myers. So I keep copies of everything. Yeah? Yeah? So I write something else. And here I said, it's not a complaint. I like to highlight things. And that's why I said, Housing for Women remove all my data. Housing Ombudsman is aware. My complaints reach stage 2. And then you wipe it out. And then serve me possession letter in July when I'm going through crisis. And this barrister allowed me to make the mistake. When I said no, I wasn't aware of anything. I have to accept. And now I find the evidence to verify no, it couldn't have happened. And the solicitor said they can't do anything. I do things, they can't help me. And you're going to lead me like a news because you promised them. You're going to tell me if I take medication, then they won't evict me. And then I said, but I'm going home. You want to know when I'm going home. And if you don't do nothing, but you're picking up things that they're sending, the most recent, and you know they are lies. You're sending it to me. To do what? Trigger me. Yeah? So I wrote things and I said in it, I would like to take this opportunity to put on record the service provided by Nurse Faith Graham to Mr. Arnold Tomlinson when we, and I put in bracket, Mervelee Myers attended the surgery for his diabetes check. The following must be taken into consideration, so I'm not going to read it. But all those things I do, and now during my time of need, nobody will hear me and you're putting me to be this person. Even if I become somebody who needs help. There was a time when I was not that person, and I'm still maintaining I'm not this person that you're saying I am. Yeah? Here now. Don't even remember these things. Yeah? Where I done the HEAL project. So all these things is good. I'm getting older. So I've done the healed research. HWWHE heal that code. I done anything going. That's me. Yeah. All right. I have been a carer for Mr. Tomlinson from October 2015 and is in receipt of whatever allowance. If anyone wants to know why I'm so proactive about safeguarding my husband should be advised to type Mervelee Myers into google.com. I used to get 100,000 views on my photos and reviews twice because I didn't have anything to do. I write. It wasn't always negative. If I have to bring up, because that's the way my problem started with housing for women on top of Debbie Gilchrist. They asked me to do survey and I told them where they were going wrong with maintaining the repair and stuff like that. The person who done the survey said, do you want to speak to your housing associate? I said, yes. That is how I noticed. Same thing with the bank nationwide. I went in there. They asked me to do the survey. The next thing I know, I get letter about my behavior. And everybody's talking about my behavior. And you know what breaks the camel back? The straw that breaks the camel's back. This is what happened at the funeral. And I hear my brother talking about my behavior. So even then, they don't know me. And now nobody talks to me and I'm here on my own. Yeah? Well, I'm proactive about safeguarding. I know. That's why when Vashti told me about what was happening to her mother, I said, Vashti, you have to be very careful. Nothing happens to your mother, because if anything happens, they're going to come and holler and pull you. That's the word I use. Because my mother brought me up to know those things. So it is learning, it's in me. I didn't learn this from book learning or it's whatever I experienced. So when Vashti told me about the mother and what was happening, her falling off the bed the same way Tom was almost fall off the bed when I reached King's College, his feet were hanging over. And the nurse came in behind me and didn't see. So when she told me, I said, she tied her, whenever she's not in the room with her mother, to avoid her mother falling off the bed, she tied her mother so she couldn't fall off the bed. She sent the picture, come and give me. I didn't post it during her mother's lifetime. I posted it after she was dead because I wanted to tell a story. Part of my thing, early intervention is key. Yeah? Since everybody knows about my YouTube and whatever it is, how nobody know about the fact that at the time when police came here, on the day I am stressed out receiving the bed for my husband to come home to die because his son locked him out, locked his and changed the lock on the door. They didn't see what I was doing in hospital and posting it there. And you come about that specific one and everybody's talking about that, so you don't say anything else. That was what you saw first out of everything. And that warrant 6 police officers come here with battering ram. Do you know Mr. Tomlinson? Where was Mr. Tomlinson at the time? In hospital. So doesn't that say that you see a picture there, you automatically think it's Mr. Tomlinson have tied up in here? Hence 6 police officers. And then the man who come is gonna tell me that, oh, he knows Mr. Tomlin. One of them, he knows Mr. Tomlinson because he came here. Mr. Tomlinson, because of what's happening and whatever, I don't want anybody, because it was being said that I was taking advantage of him, I was abusing him. I made sure he held up his walking stick. I don't know what he was going to do with it. My husband has a temper on him. And by this time, he was stressed with all that was happening. The minute my husband hold up the walking stick, I didn't hesitate. I phoned the police for them to come. So it's on record. I'm not physical. Yes, when I was younger, I used to hit man and run. They upset me. I don't stay. I remember I was pregnant with my second child when my first son father disrespected me. Out on the road, and I had to walk in a street, and he drive his car. And I pick up 2 rockstone, and I went, and I wait until I'm on my veranda, and I landed it. The last person I hit was a guy named Brian. And when I hear Dr. Phil Gregory is going to phone my son in Jamaica to ask him if he thinks I will be physical with them, I will attack. No. If my son thinks I will attack my neighbors, I've never been physical with anybody since I've been in this country, except my husband, when he was going to harm me, domestic violence. The one time he put his hand on me, I bite him, I had teeth, and I draw blood. I've never been physical with anybody in this country. I have a picture of a girl. I went to the Leaf conference. The only reason I know this girl was associated with Leaf, she was wearing a Leaf shirt. She tried to grab my phone. So they plan all these things. Yeah? And to have that. And I'm like, to know that my brothers have abandoned me and set up my sons against me. And I'm sitting here all alone. Yeah? Because of the way I see Paul, I could rely on Paul. So I don't know if I develop a crush on Paul, but me being me, I have to do whatever. And then I think I've lost that closeness because I don't know what it is. If I call, he will talk to me, but yes, I write about the professionalism of Nurse Graham. That's 2020. I wrote that. So what would have caused me to become this person that they say I am? And I know that I am not that person. And because I refuse from accepting it, the solicitor has abandoned me. And the barrister, I see, went through something similar, but yet she don't engage and whatever. What more can I do? And my family don't care if I go to jail or whatever. I don't have anywhere to live. And on top of that, what I'm dealing with my brother, and I know he's traumatized. Yeah? I said, this is not a complaint. Yeah? Yeah? I would just like to put on record the events that occurred with regards to safeguarding issues that raised about my husband that got the police involved. Yeah? So I'm trying to make sure these things don't reoccur. Even the thing they're saying they're going to learn from whatever. But you wait and you let it keep repeating so you learn and then making me out to be a monster. So if I can write these things up to 2020, I wrote this to make sure that my husband, it didn't happen again. Why can't I be given credit and now I'm being asked to remove things when I'm not the whatever? Yeah? Because of the ongoing issues that are affecting my health, I attended the surgery with identification inclusive of my passport and marriage certificate. I don't wait, and that's how we ended up losing our things because Santander started playing the fool, so I had to present evidence. Yeah? So if I don't see these things, I don't remember. So that's 2020. When did we lose the passport? 2023, October 19th, I remember. I went to the Lib Dem thingy and then, yeah? So if I could write those things now, why as soon as my husband is dead, who I was saying that is now facing all these things? I don't have a GP. I feel the numbness is still going in my foot. My relationship with the police, yeah? So I wrote, so I need to find these. Yeah? my relationship with the police, as can be ascertained from relevant records and Google search, I have had a fractious relationship with, and I put the police, from the 30th of October 2017, when they visited my home to section me after Peach's publication malicious report. After the police misconduct, I contacted the police to resolve the matter. I don't let issues rise. Where are all those videos, YouTube? You hide them away. I am now at the money claims to get justice. I don't trust the police. But I moved on from that where Mark Rowley signed my book to a strong Jamaican woman. And I can't use these and you're gonna tell me to remove? Eh? I'm not gonna get angry. I'm not gonna get angry again. Yeah? Yeah? So it's all here. Copy of note left by the police. Attachment. So I prepared a copy of note left by the police. So it's somewhere. So I would have given it to them. Yeah? And I sit down and prepare this now and you're going to tell me I don't have capacity. And you set out to do what to me? And I am the only one talking. I ask whoever I ask. I used to have people here joining me. Now, all whoever joined me, which day was Sam Glove, and then whatever was in, she was in the background, she say. So nobody is willing to whatever. So now I'm going to say my piece about Queen Camilla, because if nothing is done, yeah, based on what I am saying now from here, there's no way you're going to send me to prison and evict me for the wrongs of housing for women and the police and all of them. Here it's in here. I am not the guilty one. If nothing is done, I'm telling you, I will get £500 and spend it to plaster shit over the monarchy. The monarchy that my husband worship to the end. I will plaster shit on the monarchy. ITV News. Yeah? For housing for women. Domestic abuse. But what housing for women is doing to me, what Debbie Gilchrist is doing to me, what Joe Hooper is doing to me, what Alma Grove is doing to me is more than enough. What they're all doing to me is more than enough. It's not a year yet since my husband died. Was District Judge Beecham aware that on the 4th of April, when I came to court, I left court to go look for my husband? Was District Judge Beecham aware that September, whatever, I had to leave court and go to assessment because somebody made referral? So they have their own agenda. Why I'm here, where I'm in. I'm gonna stop swearing. No, I'm not gonna stop swearing. There are times when I have to swear to stem the anger. I'm gonna stop cursing. I started trying to stop cursing. But then when I curse now, it will be swearing because that's my therapy. If nothing is done about Queen Camilla collaboration with Housing for Women, I'll dab shit all over the palace. You hear Peter Tosh was gonna smoke it in a Buckingham Palace. You hear Queen Peter Tosh when I go smoke the cali in a Buckingham Palace. I will dab shit over Buckingham Palace with my pen. Yeah? And what I don't know, I make up. And what I can know for a fact, that I worked in a pedophile ring, not knowing. Yeah? Richard Harty, that's why he called me and kicked me out of university. So I worked in a pedophile ring. Not knowing. Other people are doing things that they're not aware. The same way Duchess Kate was at that pedophile ring, shaking hands with somebody they made allegations with. Oshana. I don't know Oshana's last name. Let's put this down. I'm doing my husband today. Yeah? When I said the thing will be sitting right here. And because of my whatever. So these are some things I said I was gonna make. Yeah? Throughout the years, my husband flowers. Yeah? And I live to see my husband die without dignity in King's College Hospital, where I had the first nervous breakdown after the death of my brother Byron. And I left Windrush Vigil to go there. And what happened there? And you're going to say, I was so tired or whatever. Yeah? There. I make thing here. Thing. Yeah? My husband thing. I said I was going to do something with this. But at the ratings is going, I have to leave here as fast as I can. But nobody's going to take me out of here. A criminal or whatever. I live in my own scene. Yeah? What has the bank done to me? Yeah? Nationwide done the same thing. Barclays done and even worse. And they started from whatever. Yeah? My husband with his whatever. Hundreds and hundreds of whatever. And no, you don't understand why I'm hurt. Why I'm hurt that my family has abandoned me and don't give a hoot. Yeah? And all this is the instigation of my brother who is traumatized. Yeah? My sons come here, my money. My brother tell them not to leave anything with me. And even after they go. And the who else hates them or do whatever to them. My son's wife. What have they done? Nothing. Yeah? And I'm thinking, so you're going to kick me out. So you're going to put me in somewhere so you get money off me to say I'm mad. And you colluded, solicitor, colluded and barrister. Yeah? So you're going to get a cut off of it? This must be Tom's family. Look at the beautiful girl. And I have these in here. And every time I say that, I bought a keyboard from Paul. I said, I'm going to teach myself this one. What have I done since? The day we came, she locked me out. And everything she do to me, she turn it around and say me. And she get the police and whoever to join up with her. And they get the ambulance service and NHS. So now I don't have a GP. Yeah? And when I sit down and I consider the family that my husband has helped, and they did not attend his funeral, calling and her lot. I had to sign paperwork so they get their paperwork and whatever. So these are some of the family. Yeah? Yeah? Carl Lean did not attend Tom's funeral. And it hurts me, but what can I do? Yeah? So that's Tom, my whatever. So that's Tom's family. I don't know how many of them are alive. Yeah? This little man who came here in 1956. He voted conservative. And he sent me out to go vote conservative. That's the only time I vote. He voted conservative. And he sent me out to go vote conservative. Whatever ideas or whatever, I upheld them. Yeah? His family. Some of them contacted me and then we had that link up and then everybody. Not even contact me for his funeral. And then this one is she's in China. Oh, she don't want to know about me and Trevor and all that. The disrespect I get from them. After this, I don't want nothing to do with them. Yeah? So see, I don't know who, but see, that must be, yeah, the cow. So I don't know if that is in Jamaica. Yeah? My husband has property in Jamaica. Yeah? This is what I make. When the other day when I see what's the name sent some, I said it must be my picture. Can you imagine if I had gotten help from I started doing this, and instead of me getting promotion, you're gonna tell me now I must remove things, and the solicitor called me up and caused me to get stressed, because when he said to move things, I became panic and I didn't know what to remove, so I just shut down everything, and then I had to go back and reinstall them. So what sort of solution is that? Working with them. So everything now you pick up, new witness statement from Barbara. She's living here 6 years, and in 6 years she's gonna say housing for women to take for what I did, from what I didn't do. So what about tests? What about the funerals? Yeah? So that's me and Mervelee. So now this is another picture that I need to use in my storytelling. Well, for my brother who said I don't have house in Jamaica. Yeah? See, that's where they come. I signed for some of them to get their paper, their British citizenship. And now, if I'm not careful, nobody can say a word for me. And they kick me out of here. And my brother is going to call me. Why don't you go to Jamaica? And why don't you go for holiday? I say, how should I go for holiday when I have to? No, it's because you're afraid. They kick you. They don't accept you when you come back. Those are the things they sit down and think about me. What have I done to deserve that? Yeah? So this is one of the funeral. Yeah? This is where I'm coming from. I'm so skin and bone. I'm a skeleton. I'm going out, I have to pad up with clothes so people don't see how I've deteriorated. Yeah? See Annette there. I used to talk to them. None of them. No. Yeah? That's John. I know John. I used to take things for John. And John told me that he used to come in our street because who his mother is. That's Hyacinth. Yeah? Yeah? I'm trying to make out if this is here. More than likely it might be here or it's Tom's house. I think it might be here. But I'm not sure. Yeah? And I keep saying I want to do something special. But what can I do in my state of mind? I'm not eating, I'm not doing anything. If you come and see here, because I can't do anything until I get certain results. And me alone, and no compassion, nobody to talk to. Is this fear? And I said, where is God in all of this? Yes, I ask the question. And every time I raise concern, not to offend anybody, just so for my rights, and I get chucked back, and I said, you know what? As my brother said, don't do nothing. Don't do nothing. And I think of Garfield telling me that I can't use his image. How many people have used my image and my intellectual property? I created a whole website. No, yes, and it's gone. I'm not lying if I can see this. Eh? But not only that, the money my husband made sure he secured for me, it's gone. And then for Trevor to write, to go under £5,000 and nationwide. Not nationwide, Lloyd's, and now you're gonna offer me £100 for the insult. I'm tired of that. See, your account is £24.64 in credit. That's the account that I set up the website on. And they tricked me. Guy Lawful and Mark Upton from Oxford, sir. They tricked me because I was contacted online via email or and phone about the website, and I held on to it. I discussed it with my brother Irvin and Amley. And then maybe coming into a year or so, I said, you know what? The key person, by this time now, Guy Lawful contacted me. And then after Mark Upton. So I said, you know what? They said, okay, they would pay me some money and then I could contribute. So I'm saying, okay, I've created this. I'm not using it. So let me get something out of it and then I'll be able to contribute. As soon as I transferred it, I'm not lying, I can find the details. As soon as nothing, now they say no, I gave it to them. So I'm just giving. If I put my Earl in, it comes up. If I put my Earl in, because see, I'm still, but it's not active, so whatever. So whatever it is. I'm in credit. Yeah? Yeah? So that's my account that I took out. I'm in credit. That's now I go back and I said that's the same thing with my rent. Everything I am doing, I always try to have something in surplus just in case. And then what housing for women do? And now you want to kick me out and taking evidence. And recently, and the man is going to say, I am not engaging. Yeah? Every solicitor. When I represented myself, they take the fact that I don't have certain legal knowledge and make sure I don't get anything. And when I get others to represent me, they make sure they take away my rights. So I'll never win, as my brother rightly says. Yeah? So I'm doing them one to one. As I said, my stomach don't feel that bad. Yes, brother.
Hello?
Yeah?
Morning, I'm on my way coming, okay?
Oh, thank you.
Alright.
All right, love. That's why I said, you see people like that, and if there's anything I can do to help such person, because he knows he spoke to me when and I said I don't have the strength to come. He came last week and he brought the food for that he prepared, and he called. He said, "Are you coming?" He said, I said, I don't know if I'm gonna have the strength. And see, it's coming already. I know he's interested in me as a woman, but I'm not interested in him in that way. I don't think I ever will be. But to know that you have somebody who cares, and those are the things that will make me be, as long as you understand that this is the boundary, this is the whatever. And if he can understand that, I once had a man because he wanted children. He wasn't marrying me, but he wanted children. And I said, you know what? I've got 2 children. It's not a matter of I can have children, I can have children. But I will not have more children under certain whatever. Because in the thing, my mother never had any patchwork children. And my second son father, who was my first love, when I got pregnant, said to me, man, don't marry 2 men with more than whatever. The woman he married never had a child. I share my son with her. I'm just trying to tell you. So if he, as I said, from my meeting, the plan is for us to do a business around his cooking, and I still have that. Last year, I gave him the money I said, have your little birthday party and invite your friends. He said he wanted a drum, what they used to do with the chicken. I didn't give him the money. I gave him the money to buy, but I let him sign something to say whatever he's going to pay me back. But if a person can put out the effort to do whatever, He deserves everything that can be given to a person. Yeah? Has any of my family called to find out what I'm doing? Has any of even my son's father, whatever, I've called him a few times. Has he not seen the missed call? Has nobody called me? No, I'm here. I called Paul yesterday and he spoke to me. And I'm asking him if he could go with me on Friday to do some recording. So he said he has an appointment, so he won't be able to get back to me until Wednesday. Yeah? You see people sending things here and whatever. And I see Robert send the Heart Foundation thingy. The last time I was there, I saw people there. And I said, oh, they having thing. I said, do you mind if I could come and perform on your thingy? No, they don't have faith. But every year I'm going. I reach out. I said, can I volunteer? Can I do this? No, I'm only there spending money, and so they get money, and then I help clean and whatever. And I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to stop all of that. I can stay right in here. So if they feature in John Holt, I can do my John Holt hour or whatever. I don't need. I get up this morning. I have the motivation. I get up this morning, and when I see Garfield's email, did I see it yesterday or this morning? Whatever time I saw it. You know what I said? I said, you know what? I'm going to bathe. And I'm going to do my life and talk my soul and take the emotions out of it. The amount of food I have, well, meat. I have cooked meat that Lord bring here. I have it in the freezer. I have cow food that I take out and it out. I ate some the other day, it's there. Sometimes I just have to throw things. But at least if I have something when the stomach will take it, I can have it. He's the only one I can rely on. Who's going to leave all the way, prepare food, leave all the way from Streatham to come here? Because he said he wants to go to church and all that. I know he's interested in me in other way, but by now I think he realized that I'm not that way inclined. The way I talk, I think he picks it up. But if I have to be explicit, I'll be explicit because I don't like to fool people. That's me. I don't give a person a 6 for a 9 or a 9 for a 6. I'm up front. And I try to tell him subtle so he understand. If he as intuitive as I think he is and what I hear him saying, he does realize I'm not interested in him that way. But that doesn't stop. If a person genuinely cares about you, like I know he cares about me, the fact that I'm not interested in him that way will now whatever. So he'll find somebody to meet whatever needs he has that I can't give. Because me, I can't force. Nobody can pay me for sex. I would never be because that is not in my thing. So certain things nobody cannot pay for. If my heart is not in it, my heart will not be in it. And I'll end this one by saying, when I was younger, if my son's father was available, I wouldn't have anything to do with him. Now we are older. If he was married, probably I go home to Jamaica and because we are both older. He has mobility problem, and I guess the sex drive for him, hot cock man and all them listen today. Right now, if I don't even have sex again, it don't bother me. Because I'm not certain way inclined. Certain things I have to have certain passion for certain things. Else it's not gonna happen. So I'm not even what I need right now, companionship. Because I'm not the person who can cope. I need to go somewhere, I might need to go to a party or I play the theater, whatever. I know I love to have somebody. I can cope in here on my own. Because when my stomach will take things, I have ripe banana, I have whatever, I blend up, I do whatever. I can't even go boil bush and drink. Other day I peel the orange and I put the skin down like first time so I can boil it. So that is it. I sit in here and I make myself happy. I won't rely on anybody. to do anything and go out of their way. Yeah, I just have to rely on me. Now I understand my brother Balis used to say his birthday coming up. And boy, I hate mama and whatever. I hear my brother on the phone to my son. Yes, man. Yes, man. You know, turn like a, you know, stay like a papa. And mama ain't stay like a. Left him and come home. And at the same thing, Irvin used to ask a call and I say to him, if he left me and come home. And at that me hear my brother say, and you know things say, but me not go hate him. Till my brother sick the other day. My brother sick at Jamaica the other day and then take him back from Jamaica. Carry him go to America. And my brother went all in a hospital. And no care how me call fi try fi talk to them that and this, that. Nobody. Oh my God. Oh, that's good. I tell my brother, man, I tell him, let me close down this and come, yeah? You see when they say good friend better than pocket money? A taxi intake come, if you carry me food come. Let me close down this so I can go, whatever. Yeah? And for me pitney then they are Jamaica and then can call me. And when they call me, I feel cuss me out and make me feel like a shit. Everything gone. We come in, okay, let me just close down this. If anybody did tell me say this, me I go meet. As soon as my husband dead, and me not have capacity. Me sick, me mad, me a schizophrenic, me a this. So how me feet up on so much website and whatever. And me have one. And when me have create, pay for it. You go tell me say me fi remove it. You say you go send me a prison. You send me a prison for me tooth and take away where me live. How did I get here? And me go a court, you tell me to sit down. Okay, sit down there and you chat. Me no know where you chat, sir. For me and me distraught. And as soon as me come out and me distraught, now you go say, me bring it to you, say, no, this couldn't be happening. This can't be so. You go make me know and say.